The Isaac Wilson Stadium, KwaZulu opens its gates to the 2024 Hollywood Bets COSAFA Cup, starting with Group A side still in search of a first tournament win, as Mozambique entertained Eswatini, with both boasting a win against the other in past COSAFA Cup clashes. A good day it is to you, and well, in as far as KwaZulu, they've come out nice and early. Have the youngsters on holiday here, hoping to start the day off on a positive note and ended on a high in support of South Africa that will be in action earlier on. They're hoping for a good game here in the opener between Mozambique and Eswatini. As we go back to Group A here and start off the second round of matches. Interesting the way the group is set up here with well, the sides all tied on 1 point here in Group A. There wasn't a winner in the first round of matches. Important now for the sides to start to separate themselves from one another and pick up the wins. So this day's fixtures will be crucial for the likes of Mozambique, who came back positively against the South African in the opening day to rescue a point, scoring an equalizer in that game here. They'll look to take the initiative against Eswatini in this encounter. Important that the starters do, of course, take the game to Eswatini here. This will almost be as good as a final if they are to lessen the pressure from the third and final group game, that is, as they make their way off the bus, the men coached by Victor Martini will all know of the importance of a 3-point here against the side they've beaten only once in the past. Eswatini in this change room will also be looking to have a good chat here, and what they'll be looking for, and something they may stress, is looking for a good start to the first half, something they did very well against Botswana. Remember, they created a good 4 or 5 chances then, and in the end may find themselves a bit guilty of not having scored in that match. In a game of 2 halves, Botswana came back strong in the second half, but Eswatini's first half was rather impressive. The team led by Swishan Dimani will look to start as positively as they did against Botswana here and maintain that momentum going into the second half and the latter stages of the match. Still looking for their first goal scorer. Keep in mind Eswatini in this encounter yet to have found the back of the net. We'll wonder how they didn't score against Botswana, having created some lovely chances. Of course, Victor James of Botswana, the goalkeeper, was outstanding in denying these young men from finding the back of the net. Now, coming up to a warm-up here with a few changes, a couple of changes just to the squad here. They themselves will be aware of the fact that, well, the record is quite even in the past results against Mozambique here. If they do come up with the win, they do edge out Mozambique in a number of wins against Eswatini in the history of the COSAFA Cup. So, we are KwaZulu and the teams are ready to make their way out the tunnel here. Hilary Hamba, the Zambian referee, will be taking charge here in this first encounter of the day. Well, many of them may possibly be inspired to one day be donning their national team colors and coming out to represent the national team in the future Hollywood Bets COSAFA Cups.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome the national teams of Mozambique and Eswatini.
Time now for the national anthems.
Ladies and gentlemen, please stand for the national anthem of Mozambique.
Pedra, pedra, construindo um novo dia. Milhões de braços, uma só força. Oh, pátria amada, vamos vencer. Moçambique, nossa terra gloriosa. Pedra, pedra, construindo um novo dia. Milhões de braços, uma só força, oh pátria amada, vamos vencer.
And now, the national anthem of Eswatini.
These nations that have faced each other on a good few occasions here. Each has won one against the other. They've also drawn a match 3 times they faced each other. The winner here today will, of course, take the advantage, being the first to win on 2 occasions against the other in the history of the COSAFA Cup. Getting closer to kicking off then, let's have a look at Mozambique, who've made 3 changes here. Armando coming in between the sticks then, and Diaz coming into the heart of midfield, in the heart of defense rather I should say. In the heart of midfield, Orlando is the man that will be included in that game. Watch out for Dario wearing the number 7 jersey. Impressive against the South Africans, as well as Chamito, a man on the back of the net in the side's only goal of the tournament so far. Well, the coach of Eswatini then saying he expects Mozambique to have a different approach in this match. Hilary Hambamba, the coach from Zambia, assisted by Emiliana Andrea Tia Narvelo from Madagascar, as well as Soulu Koswani from Lesotho. Mohamed Atmani from the Comoros will be the 4th official in this encounter. For Eswatini, a couple of changes to the squad. Then Leon Manyisa coming into a midfield position. Then Shabalala out in the attack. But watch out for the player of the season out in Eswatini, that being Nelly Dlamini wearing the number 4 jersey. In defense, they will have 3 in Masangani, Twala, as well as Kamete, that will be protecting Olanikama between the sticks. Bit of a team handle here before the action gets underway for Eswatini. Last time these sides met was in Tabeja, funny enough, back in 2021, a game that was the 3rd and 4th playoff for Spiso Ndibani, mentioning that he expects the approach from Victor Martinez to be rather different here. May expect them to try and get onto the front foot, especially now with the sides getting slightly more desperate for wins. And it is Eswatini in the white and blue attacking the goal to the right of your picture. In the red and black is Mozambique. They'll attack the goal to the left. Nice crowd that has gathered here for the start of the game. I do expect the numbers to swell up incredibly with the South African national team playing later on in the day. All eyes now on the match referee from Zambia to get this encounter underway. First goal will be crucial here in seeing which of these two sides will take the early momentum. So much to play for in the way of 3 points here today for all of the teams involved in Group A. Eswatini yet to have found the back of the net. Just one goal scored by the Mozambicans so far. So, for Eswatini, it's not just about the win, it's also about finding the back of the net in this encounter. They'll be hoping to be the first side to do so. Battle on already in the middle of the park here. As Eswatini in out wide to this near side with Pili, so looking to go down the line then. That's picked up here. Gianluca looking to drive forward. He's lost out to Dlamini. Mentioned for you to keep an eye out on the best player in Eswatini in the season gone by. To have Max Mampanyani sitting alongside me here as the two teams go through their early exchanges, and crucial day here today, Marks. They need to pick up the points here.
Afternoon, Sizwe. Everything to play for today, and both sides are quite aware that they need to just put the ball in the back of the net in order to have a decent position on the lock. But now they realize that Botswana and South Africa are just there and thinking, wow, we need to be where everyone is. Very beautiful day. We're on the other side of town, as you said, Sizwe, and beautiful weather. Typical Saturday laid-back township lifestyle.
Well, there's more and more youngsters that are making their way into the venue on the right side of your picture, which will be encouraging signs here. Free kick going the way of the Mozambicans here. Were very impressive in the second half against Hellman Killers. Bafana, here they are now driving forward. Nice flowing movement. The shot coming in from a typical turn. Goalkeeper took up a good position then. Did Gama denying the opportunity then to Orlando, man who plays his club football for Black Bulls. So, first shot in anger belonging to the Mozambicans. That's what they now looking to return the favor. Good numbers back defensively here from this Mozambican side. Forcing the error.
Always good to play 1-2, Caesar, but that one I believe that he could have just dipped the shoulder, go the other way. He was going to be clear with the teammate and the goals in front of him.
Yep. Mozambican nation, of course, has given us one Tiko Bukwani. And as far as the history of the Hollywood Best COSAFA Cup, top goal scorer for the nation with 7 goals. Now, good movement here on this near side. It's well, all about pace and determination in the end. Good work defensively. The pace shown in causing the frustration from Orlando, who in the end had to hold on to Nelisiwe Dlamini.
Well, he didn't know how to just stop this Swazi Football of the Year, stopping him, because he's such an experienced defender. I mean, you can see that he was making sure that he gets fouled than he getting fouling the opponent.
Well, there is a foul in the middle of the park here. Mozambique looking to get the ball rolling with Osama rising up in the air. One from deep, Dario making the movement, the pass not giving him much of a chance of getting onto the end of it. There's still quite a gap between Tico and the chasing pack, and as far as Mozambique players that will be looking to catch up to his record in the COSAFA Cup of 7 goals. Closest to him is Andelino with 4 goals scored, and Luis, another with 4 goals scored. Well, so far, both these sides not playing the tiniest of football here, struggling to hold on to it in the middle of the park. Looking to settle it is Nambili on the far side as he plays it down the line, then nice skill in shaking up the defender. Nambili now with the support play, just couldn't get the connection he was looking for, and trying to get the cross and counter-attack here for Eswatini. Rather lucky to have a run out of space on that far side is Matebola.
That move was well orchestrated. It's just unfortunate that the defender wanted to clip it first time early, and that was going to be a beautiful build-up towards that confusion in the box that we anticipated.
Please done well there to find some space. Please it is once again here. I was looking for the early ball here. Good hustle from Gianluca to drop back and assist defensively. Kama plays for Green Mamba. There's the goalkeeper for Eswatini on the attack. One of the 2 players to play the football for Green Mamba in the starting lineup. There's the skill then in finding a bit of time and space to keep it moving then from Piliso. Now, running made here on this near side. The ball in is a lovely one. Good take! Oh, that was a chance. What a move from Eswatini. First division to spot the run, which was on the money. The quality in the pass and the first touch is absolutely top-notch.
That first touch, he set himself for a good shot, but then he got his adrenaline running there because he wanted to kill the keeper. You can see how he swung that foot. He wanted to really hit him. Maybe you could say, what could he have done? Slow down, he's killed it the way he wants to. Now he's got to whack it, but gently. Maybe even across towards the other opposite side of the goals.
Well, the best moments of the smash that are taking place from Eswatini. Now it's Mozambique looking for a bit of space in the middle of the park. Is Maestro as he works it out wide to that far side. Pace. And the opponent very well dealt with. Eswatini, Dario. Challenge from behind, the set piece given away. Protected the ball well to the Carrello, the player, the Chumene man. Put down then to give away the set piece. There's a first touch again, box.
Oh, Shabalala, he knew that he's on the money, but then he got excited. What a first touch, though.
Mozambique still looking for their best chance of the game. Well, thick on here. A couple of players were looking to anticipate it from deep in midfield. Maestro was one of them, making the run, breaking the defensive line then. Unfortunate that the angle didn't complement his movement. Volta under pressure, still able to keep it moving.
I'm amazed by how cool he was just after losing that ball. Nahakusha was just so calm, as if he didn't do anything wrong. Pays to be calm.
Yeah. Pull lack of space or out of play on this near side, despite Orlando's intentions. Nice pace about this game here in the early exchanges. Mark's mentioned the weather, lovely day for a game of footy. After it was a cold start to the tournament, it was relatively warm yesterday out at the Nelson Mandela Bay Stadium. Here we are this afternoon. And again, another warm day here, which of course is welcomed.
Well, the tournament is warming up nicely too, and hopefully the players now have to say, how do we warm them further with more goals? We have seen one all goalless, 1-1 goalless. Now we need to see the 2-0, 2-3-2. That's time for that. Because also when you stay with your 1-1 and goalless season, it puts you in a situation when it comes to the last game. Because that group of games, then it will be determined by the number of goals you've scored or not scored.
Well, it has been a low-scoring tournament up to this point. A couple of 0-0 score lines. Not too many teams, barring one that comes to mind, they have scored more than 2 when they have found the back of the net.
Comore still leads with the 2 goals, isn't it? They scored 2 last time.
No, that was Kenya.
Kenya
Scored 2
yes,
against the Zambians, of course. The big upset of the tournament so far. Now, Mozambique again looking to build from the back. Volta. Nicely done on the far side, and allowing the ball to go out of play for the throw-in. As Eswatini do secure it here and look to keep it moving. Inside the opening 10 here, it's very hard to separate these 2 sides. So, for those that may have expected for Mozambique to maybe come out and grab the game by the scruff of the neck, it hasn't quite been the case yet. Eswatini, like we saw against Botswana, looking at a side that is comfortable with the ball at their feet and can cause problems for just about any COSAFA side. Piliso gives and goes down this near side. There's Shabalala. Nicely done. Hunting in packs the Mozambicans here in giving away the throw-in on the near side. They did a good job not to allow Eswatini any forward movements. There's Piliso again. That's done on the chest and keeping it moving initially, and not too sure if that was a shot or a pass, but in the end it's gone out for the goal kick.
Call it a short pass.
Well, for the Mozambicans, we'll look for a start similar to what they gave in the second half against the South Africans. Now, Volta. Reverse pass, not allowed to find Gianluca then, well read, but still it's Mozambique trying to get it going forwards. Armando, who plays the tough football for Costa del Sol, with the long ball forwards.
The game is exciting, knocking the ball around. I'm sensing the air of confidence, settled, and we've arrived in Gqeberha. Now we can take our claim. Sure, you feel that I'm feeling.
Yep. Get the intention. You got two teams that want to play and go at each other here. The pace of the game suggests that is the case. Although with just under 50 minutes gone by, we haven't had any real breakthrough, barring one. Now, early pull forward here, and should and is Armando's to comfortably pick up. Volta. Nice stroke. Well, they are doing a good job of holding on to it, keeping it away from the opponents. Though they are struggling to find those openings for the time being. Mozambique, never champions in this tournament. They are twice losing finalists in 2008 and 2015. Hoping to put that right this year. On two occasions they've been bronze medalists in 97 and 2009. Eswatini, bronze medalists on the year 2016 and 2021. Not quite getting it right with his distribution in Gama. Offering his apologies to his bench. Masayani over to this near side with Piliso. Yes, Piliso again then, needing to shrug off the opponent. Still looking for that forward pass. Well, both the sides are quite comfortable at holding on to it yet. Both at times trying to put pressure on one another as the whistle goes in for that ill-timed challenge. Taken quickly. Now, idea was right, the execution nowhere near. But he was hoping for then as he tried to open it up with a crossfield ball.
It worked the other time, and Shabalala just stopped it beautifully and couldn't hit the target. And he tried it again, one of those arrow shots or arrow passes. 2 days break.
Yeah.
Youngsters have recovered though, because they're still young. You know, what I love about youngsters is you don't mind playing football every day. And you can see they have the energy, and they're not tired and lethargic because they were playing the other day. No, they just want to play. And that's the only way you can grow as a player, if you play regularly and when you're still young in particular.
Now, that's what getting over that halfway line. Nicely washed defensively with that run on the far side then, and that be the man keeping close tabs on Bongwa Matsubuda. For the most part, the Mozambique players do seem to have the height advantage slightly over those from Eswatini here as they battle for space inside the Mozambique box. As diving header to force Eswatini to recycle it here with the back four. Tracked all the way back to Kama it goes. Has played 90 minutes, is yet to concede. Gama in this tournament, considering that 0-0 scoreline against Botswana.
He made some crucial saves on the day.
Certainly did. Defending right at the top of the box then, with Eswatini looking to find a bit of momentum here. Thought about going right to the end. The decision to go left was a good one from Masangani. Good vision as well to spot the teammates on that far side. Now, is that a foul? The referee says yes. Carrero, the man brought down. Approaching the opening 20. And, well, not much to write home about in the way of clear-cut goal-scoring opportunities. Through the legs of an opponent to get it moving, and the Mozambicans now finding a bit of space on this near side as men look to work their way into the box. Carrero brought to ground the set piece in an area where good few will fancy their chances.
Nantumbo made life difficult for himself though, as he kept on pushing the ball towards where the white shirts are. He could have stayed wide.
Certainly could have. Now, you have to wonder, is the distance to goal far enough to maybe consider a shot directly at goal, or should they rather look for a teammate? Is it too much of an ask to try and keep it on target and beat the keeper of this set piece?
The keeper is for now close in the near post, so he doesn't want to be beaten on the near post. But when it retakes his position, you've got to try him at least on the far post. But he's closer to there. Now he's got to swing it on the near. He's got to swing it on the near.
Here's the in fact going for goal then, and great position. Yakulani went straight down his throat then as he munched that up. Well, they are confident enough to try and throw out Mozambique to create space to play through.
Very impressed. I'm hopeful that we will see goals here. Both teams are really having a full go at each other. The only advantage for Swaziland, as you see, they're dominating with possession, is because of the approach today. 3-5-2. They just all over opposition. They've got the ball all the time. And the 4-4-2 doesn't seem to be working for Mozambique for now.
Well, Kama went out to the edge of his box trying to smother the ball and ran away from him. Then they had to consider throwing on that far side, going on safety first. Let's take. And the ball over the top isn't bad. The early ball inviting the run towards the little box, but once again, Kama reading that situation well and dealing with it.
That's nice goalkeeping, had it covered. That was the earlier miss where he mishandled the ball completely. He didn't know where the ball was, and he just clapped it with his shoulder and put it ahead. And he thought, wow, the opponent would be coming anytime.
Now, nicely done defensively here by Volta, and working it back to Armando. The space on that far side, gives the option further down the line here. Now, 3 already inside the box. Well, that shot's always going high then, and tries to make they are struggling to get the shots they are putting on the target for the time being. May have been put off by the presence of the defender then. So, Mando. Now they get that flick on. Dario trying to get onto the end of it. It was important for Eswatini to be organized defensively on that occasion. Clearing was Masangwani. Plays his club football for Royal Leopards. Well, They have played now the first period of this first half, and well, it's still Mozambique and Eswatini struggling to open each other up here and create clear-cut chances. Numbers pushed forward here for the Mozambicans as well, the probe Dario couldn't hold on to it, losing out then in the middle of the park. Maestro. Well, Maestro still an option out to that far side. Good movement of the ball here. Does he have enough space to send in the cross? The answer is yes. Finds the teammate as well. That's lovely work defensively. Zawani just stepping up then to secure the goal kick in favor of this Eswatini side. Orlando was looking for the byline and finding the going tough in again the beating of Mazawani. Nambire early with the ball forward again. The run being made from deep by Dario needed to be cleaned up in the middle of the park there, or defensively by Twala. Orlando. Been a few areas in this match, unforced areas where at times it's been a bit sloppy.
Yeah, that pass, I'm sure Orlando should have known better, that he shouldn't have closed it inside, but played it from the outside. You know, for your teammates to meet it before it goes out.
Yep.
Those are the ones that I always talk about, Sizwe, where you know how to pass the ball when you're on the byline, in order for it not to go out, but to even help your teammate to attack.
Now, good work here by Eswatini trying to get to that byline in the end. Solid work defensively, remaining committed to the cause. The Mozambican defense. Corner to Eswatini. Good hard running to get to that ball before it went out for the goal kick. So, entering corner, defended comfortably on the near post. Space, plenty of it on the far side. That's a good ball to that far side. The follow-up ball, though, is disappointing after Chamito. And it does such a lovely job of picking out the option on the far. Please, I do believe it was who disappointed with that final delivery. So, approaching the half-hour mark. Still no closer to knowing which of these two sides will be first to score. Nor whether it will be them that, of course, do take up top spot in the group. One of these two sides when it's all done and dusted today. Now, space to turn here. Eswatini probing. That's it done. Spotting the option on the far side now. Well, Paul tipped it over the top then for the run being made. In the end, it's not brought any joy for Eswatini. Struggling to open up the opponents in open play in getting into that final third and causing some serious problems. Mozambique, a nation that's been a part of the COSAFA setup since the very early days, the year 97. Finished third in the group for the first 2 years, and then went as far as the quarterfinals in the third.
Well done. Again. Hold the ball.
Well, so far, very clean game of football. If you are just joining us, no goals scored, no yellow cards shown. Now, throwing to be taken on that far side, taking their time here, the Mozambicans. One side they have played the most in their history is Malawi, beating them 7 times, that being Mozambique. Also played the Zambians 7 times. Zimbabwe they played on 6 occasions. To no side, they've played more than that of Namibia, whom they faced on 8 occasions. Mozambique. Nothing wrong with that challenge, says the match referee in the end. Rush of blood to the head, maybe a bit of frustration at the lack of activity in the front-lying areas. And Gianluca of Goja United going well high off the mark with that hopeful attempt. Wow. Let's see, still on his feet then after the ball struck him in the face. Still moving on with business. Half an hour players are come and gone here. No goals as yet. Reason for the foul is the raised foot, and there's a man down there to suspect the effects of the ball striking him in the face, and they're coming to effect a little bit late here, so he is struggling for the time being here. Well, 30 minutes gone by here. We expected sides to come out to show a willingness to try and pick up their first batch of 3 points. It's not through a lack of trying, Marks, but defensively, both these sides have been solid so far.
Very solid indeed, and you could see that Swaziland tried until, or Eswatini tried until that moment when the Mozambicans settled, and once they got settled, it became an even contest. But not only that, I love the way they're knocking the ball around with pace today. It looks like everything is open. They're enjoying this open air. I like the instructions on the bench. Take him on. There's nothing at the back, but obviously it's Eswatini, you know. And also on the other side in Portuguese, you could see that the aspiring players and hear how they say that there's nothing. Go for it. That's very interesting, and how you motivate them.
What is also interesting is hearing some of the coaches of sides you may have considered minnows in years gone by, telling you that they'd like to go out for the win, that they're confident in their sides. So much has changed over the years in the way of COSAFA Cup football. So much has improved in the region. What with Lesotho to get into the final last year?
I mean, a case in point on what you say, Sizwe is the coach of Comoros and Seychelles, saying we fancy our chances.
Yeah.
Anyone faces the chances today.
Now, comfortable this for Armando as that is quick with the release here, looking for Orlando. Both these sides have continued to struggle on the creative end of the game here. Mentioned earlier that it's been a low-scoring tournament so far as that shot comes in from range. Nicely behind it is Armando. 2 goals scored in the first round of matches by groups in or teams in this group, Group A. Now, race one here, and the keeper's come out a long way! Oh, and it's cleared off the line. Mozambique were looking good for the opening goal then with Samito looking for his second goal of the tournament. The Black Bulls man thwarted by, good positioning by some responsible defenders.
Yeah, and that time Gama was in no man's land. He was avoiding the clash with Samito, and he just missed the ball completely. But then the way it was bubbling, Samito couldn't hit the target.
Now, Eswatini. Set down the middle, that's a lovely little reverse ball. Good 1-2. First touch, a little heavy. Shot a little too much to Armando then. He was off his line in a flash.
That was a great build-up, and that's when I thought Swaziland or Eswatini are in there, and then just that first touch let them down. I'm sure Matsebula still looks back and say, I should have done better there.
Positive moment to try and build upon here for Eswatini. Got the throw in here on the near side. Being watched closely then was Katela Achawe, Babani Swallows men. They do have 2 Babani Swallows players that are operating in the attack. Another 2 in, make that 3 in midfield from Babani Swallows. So heavily represented club in the starting 11. Now the referee having a word here. Now having a look at the attempt earlier, lovely little reverse ball here, just needed a better touch.
It's one of those that we were talking about yesterday when the player is looking the other way, and he knew that his teammate is just over his shoulder, and Matsebula just couldn't. And that was the time again when Mozambique could have scored earlier and cleared off the line.
Nice turn, rolling the defender on the outside. Then the eventual ball is so disappointing then with 3 men nicely spread out across the box. 1 on the near post, 1 in the central area, another on the far post. Needed to do much better than be there then with that cross.
He's so disappointed with himself, so I'm sure we can let him get away with it, because he knew that it could have been a better cross, could have been troubling the keeper.
Now, as we move in towards the last 5 minutes of this first half, it's a set piece here for Eswatini. Bit of a difficult area, but they'll try and find the man on the edge of the box. Twana. Look good as Armando. Just about everything he's done so far has been on the money. So, keep in mind here that South Africa and Botswana will be hoping for yet another goalless match, or a draw, maybe I should say, between these 2 sides, as they later on will be trying to ensure they pick up points and end the day top of the group. As things stand, before you know it, the group comes to an end here. You don't have much time to get it right in trying to pick up the points at times. Also, make sure you are responsible defensively first. Draw a game, before you know it, it's game number 2 and then 3, and we're done in moving on marks.
Yeah, interesting is that both sides know the importance of taking chances now. They've seen from the opening game, but in particular South Africa, because that's when we know that they could have been 3-4 up, and then they came to pay the price later.
Now, that's a ball one back in the area inside the opposition half of the field here from Eswatini. Again, a couple of players already making their way into the box. Neither of these sides has been to the top competition in the world football, the way of a FIFA World Cup. Mozambique very much involved in the qualifiers for the 2026 FIFA World Cup. Same can be said for Eswatini, as Orlando looks to, well, find something special from the other side of the Eastern Cape. Mozambique in the qualifiers, of course, did beat Guinea and Somalia ahead of the COSAFA Cup. By qualifiers, I mean qualifiers for the 2026 FIFA World Cup. 2-1 over Somalia, 1-0 over Guinea. So the form they would have loved to end June with, and as far as the qualifiers ahead of what would have been a tough fixture against South Africa, but like I said earlier, great second half has seen them sharing the spoils. Just trying to find the last loss. You'd have to go back to early January when they had a friendly against Cape Verde, just out with a 3-0 scoreline. Now, keep in mind, later on today we do have South Africa taking on Botswana. That game will kick off at 3 o'clock. Should be a lively Isaac Wolfson Stadium then, with South Africa very much in need of the points against Botswana. Dlamini. On this near side, yeah, no way going and trying to find a bit of joy going forward for the likes of Manis and friends. Well, they are moving around, getting those passes going, but aren't venturing far over that halfway line. Eventually, Piliso with the ball down the line. Then he's continued his run, used as a decoy. Gone for the early fall and is well defended on the edge of the box. Good work by Dario to win it back here. Orlando. Back to Dario. Now space for Gianluca on this near side. Nice job. Then beat it. Time running out in this first half. For either one of these two sides to take the leads. Volta. Good movement by Gianluca. That's one to hold on to it here. Well, as a strike towards goal then. Didn't have trouble. Kalani Kama. But a good moment for the Mozambicans. It's just how they held on to the ball, moving it left and right and patiently waiting for their moment to try and strike. Nice little 1-2 then, as Mozambique again unable to find the eye of the needle in trying to release Samito, who was hoping for a possible one-on-one, and the pass gone through. Gianluca. That's turn option out wide then, and already 4 inside the box here. Battle on the near post, one by the defense.
Come on! Come on, Jusa!
No. Still no way through for the Mozambicans here. Now on the quick transition here, off goal Eswatini. Can they get it right here with the 1-2, the pass again. Showing just a little too much to Orlando, who had anticipated that ball forwards. Twala. It was who pushed forward a long way. The Babadi Swallows man unable to get the beating of Kama.
Well done, boys.
Now, there's the pace on the far side here for Eswatini. Matsebo not giving things his own way in that battle on the far side. The young Buffaloes man is the only in the starting 11 that is from young Buffaloes is Matsebo. Strength shown then defensively in protecting that ball. Two minutes added on to the end of this first half, so not too much time for these guys to try and work towards the goal before the end of this first half. Now that looks a foul for the challenge on Gianluca. The referee reaching to his pocket and card eventually. It's Leon Manyesa enjoying his first game at this Hollywood COSAFA Cup, who goes into the referee's book here for the challenge on Gianluca.
Come on, boys. Hey,
There you have it, confirmation of the yellow then.
On the right, Lulu. Pusa. Lulu. Yes, Lulu. Okay, boys.
Defensive work on the far post. And of the 2 minutes added on, we've seconds remaining now. And well, yet another encounter. We'll see the halftime break arrive here with no goal scored at the 2024 Hollywood COSAFA Cup. They have to bafted both Mozambique and Eswatini. In the end, they have found it difficult to break each other down and create clear-cut goal-scoring opportunities. Two very evenly matched sides here that have cancelled each other out. Few impressive players in that first half, of course. For one, Gianluca comes to mind. Maestro as well, as a good game for Mozambique. Very involved is Elis with Lamini so far in this encounter, including the likes of Piliso and Manana. At the end of the first half, scoreline reads Mozambique no, Eswatini no. So the numbers then will show you there's not much separating them in just about all the numbers here. Goal attempts and shots on target, very little separating these two sides, including ball possession. Just 2 corners for Eswatini. Mozambique yet to have a corner, and just the 1 yellow card shown so far, and that is to Leon Manyesa.
Andile Mbenyane is with me. Andile, now the youngsters must be having a good time. It's weekend and we've seen them at Nelson Mandela. And today they're here and more of them are enjoying the game.
Yeah, we're here at Azagufsen Stadium. I think it's really good for the people here from the community to come and watch the games. We brought the games here into the location, which is, I can feel also the crowd. People are still coming to watch the game.
And you're talking about watching the game. Bafana is coming up.
Yeah, that's a big game. They have to come and watch their youngsters that will be playing here, which is Bafana. And we're all here to support our Bafana team, which is, I think it's going to be a nice vibe today because it's also sunny here in Gqeberha. It looks great as well, like with the spectators as well.
Talking about spectators, what do you think it means to them when they see these teams around here?
Yeah, it really means a lot because I can see also the kids that are around here. They just roaming around. Also me, the time I was coming here, the kids to see me, to greet me, said I'm Mbenyane, which is it's really good for them. And they also see the players of Bafana, the players that they know, they watch in the PSL League. We have a lot of players that are there that are playing for the teams of Premier League. Yeah,
you mentioned something very important. You know, being here, it means a lot to these youngsters. How do you feel? What do you think you owe to them as a professional superstar for them?
Yeah, really for them to see us as well. Also to show to also our team, Bafana team, to win the game for them so that they can have that feeling, you know. Because I know here in Eswatini, they really love football. This stadium is always full. Also to the kids that are here, I think we really owe them to come here in Eswatini to see the teams that are playing here.
We touched on that. Now we have to move to the game itself. Since the beginning of the tournament up to now,
yes.
What have you made out of all these teams? Which one impressed you in particular?
Obviously, because I watched the Bafana game, the way they were playing against Mozambique. They were playing a good football, but unfortunately that they threw the game because they also had chances. I also watched this game now. Eswatini, they playing good football. Most of the teams, they're really playing good football. I also watched Zimbabwe. They're playing well. Most of them, they're playing good football. I can't say, then I say this one is doing well or something. But our Bafana team, I hope they will win this one. Yeah,
there's no clear cut yet.
Yeah.
But also one thing that we need to admit is that the youngsters have been knocking the ball around and showing a lot of grades. Interesting enough is that most groups are tight. There's no runaway victor so far, leading the group.
Yeah, this group A, all the teams, they have 1 point. You see, it's really good. It shows the fight to all the teams. Even this game, no one wants to open up at the back. They all closing. They find difficult to get into the third half of the other team, which is really good. No one wants to lose the game.
Something that is not really good for me, you are a midfielder, something that's not really good for me is the goals. Yeah, we only saw one team scoring more than one goal. So we need to get them to step up in their second round of matches. Yeah,
that's I think that's a problem with the goals, because if you can watch other games, everyone wants to shoot. That's a problem. They don't know how to get into the third half of the field. They just wanna shoot. You know, that's a problem. They don't really have numbers going forward. Everyone wants to play in the middle. That's it. Yeah.
Yeah, of the field. And just in closing,
yes.
COSAFA,
yes.
How has it been now with all this excitement that they're bringing around the area?
Yeah, probably COSAFA is doing a good thing to be here in PE. Touching also with the clubs, the way that they're playing, because I've been analyzing all those things, because they're really playing good football, but everyone wants to play. Everyone wants to keep the ball, wants to play. They're getting worried not to concede the goals. But maybe as we go into
to the next round of
to
matches.
the next round of matches. Maybe we'll start to see a lot of goals because everyone will be desperate to win the games, and there will be no choices like the group stages. We'll always find maybe like this in group stages, like no team wants to lose. A draw is better. They always say like that, but at the end, it's gonna cost you.
Oh, thank you very much, and I'll be seeing you throughout the tournament.
Yeah, I'll be here.
We'll be in touch.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. And that is Andile Benyan. And while we're talking about Andile, I'm also going to be joined by Adrian van Heerden. And Adrian van Heerden is the man that is part of this, and that is part of COSAFA ambassador. And we will be talking about the action. And how are you, sir?
I'm good, and you?
All right, thank you. Looking at today's game in particular, both teams, in fact, came here needing points badly. Do you think that the first 45 they played like they need something?
Yes, I think that it started off a bit slow, more direct play from both teams, and I think Eswatini is the one that's sitting more in the game, changing the rhythm of play. They created 2 chances in the 7th minute with a pass over, but the technique let them down. And in the 35th minute, if I'm right, there was good combination play, but also the touch getting into the box let the number 5 down.
So now we're talking about chances. As you come closer to me, we're talking about chances, and the chances that we're talking about, the one in particular, is the first touch.
Yes.
That first touch was great.
Yes.
Except
the finishing.
Not only the finishing, you wanted to kill the keeper.
Yes.
And then you can't play without a keeper because you're now killing all the keepers.
You're right, yeah.
What could he have done better? Because I struggled to find out what could he have done better after the best first touch.
I think in this situation, as we know, Max, getting into the box, you need that composure. You need to stay calm and see at your options, because he was free, like you were saying. He was blasting the ball over the post, and he could have just placed it, and they could be leading.
They could be leading, but also what we have been enjoying is that solid midfield battle.
Yes.
Do you think that the midfield battle that we're talking about has not given a lot of wingers to ping in those crosses? Because most of the games are won and lost through the sides.
Of course, but for me, the battle has been won by Eswatini. I think the number 4, as we spoke about, gave a good pass. And the number 3,
not only number 4, he's the footballer of the year in Eswatini. Just count on Wednesday.
Yes.
So he's a solid defender.
He's a good player, yeah. He was standing out in the first game also against Botswana, as we were analyzing that game. So I think he can bring something special to this team.
But also looking at some of the action that we've been seeing here, the goalkeepers really haven't been tested per se.
Yes, like we said, even in the first game, it's always been long ranges, and Botswana's keeper was the man of the match when they played Eswatini with the 0-0 draw. So you can see there's not much creativity happening in the final third, and that is what's lacking from some of the players.
Anything that you think should change tactically, not even personnel, in the second half, for these teams to end up with 3 points at least?
I think taking a risk when you're getting into the final third, taking a risk. More combination play, like I said, more creativity from the attacking players. I think the number 7 for Mozambique didn't get on the ball enough. The captain, I think, is very good.
Yes.
Very technical, is very good. And I think if they can get him on the ball, he can maybe create something special.
On 1 or 2 occasions, I found him to be like a lone ranger, though, up front.
Yes, and like I said, it's more direct approach, playing up to the number 3, the one who scored the equalizer against South Africa. But there's no support coming of that. So I think running around, you get fatigued, he gets tired. And then you have to draw back, because I think Eswatini is holding on very good on the ball, creating overloads on the right-hand side, which they're doing very well. So let's see if that changes in the second half.
Just my last question to you. Do you think now the teams can settle, knock the ball around, be more patient? Because I find that maybe because of youth exuberance, because they just want to play quicker and just come down, play balls into gaps.
Exactly.
Could that help?
Yes, that is what I expected, because I thought, okay, the first game is out of the way.
Yeah.
Everyone is settled, acclimatized. So I thought maybe They will put the ball down, have patience, change the speed of attack, you know, in transition. But we didn't see that yet. I don't know if it's the results that is counting, because I think everyone is rushing just to get the goal.
I think the coaches have explained it, but they brought 23-year-olds and under 23. Maybe it's because of, you know, when you're young, you just get to rush everything.
Yeah, but I think with the experience they have, even of the game yesterday with Angola.
Yes.
Most of the players are playing in Portugal, so you will think that it's experience. They're playing in the second division in Portugal. So you expect these players, when you step up to the national team, that's where you must perform and put your hand up.
Yeah, in fact, you just mentioned something I almost forgot. Some of those players that are playing in Portugal, they're the ones that could have been leading the pack yesterday.
Exactly.
But they were still rushing like everybody else.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that is what I expected from the game. So it was a bit disappointing. But let's see.
Just excite me. Are we going to see goals in the next 45?
Let's hope so. Let's hope so. 7 games. How many? 9 games now? 7 goals. I mean, are we defending well, or are we not creating or taking our chances?
Yeah. Do you blame the defender, or do you praise the defenders, or blame the
you
strikers?
have to give credit. I mean,
yes.
2 men of the match was centre backs and a goalkeeper, so they might be doing something well, or like I said, maybe there's not enough creativity so that we can get these goal chances.
Okay, Elriot, nice meeting you, and we'll be in touch throughout.
No problem.
Thank you for the insights. And the insights of Elriot there, Van Heerden. And Sizwe, that's all what we are getting from the bench, that feeling of, from the pitch itself, that feeling of goals are coming. And let me hear what we have to say about the second 45, Sizwe.
Well, they come out of the tunnel here looking to improve. Upon the efforts they gave in the first half, they'll both, that being Mozambique and Eswatini, be in need of 3 points here to lessen the pressure going into the last round of matches. Keep in mind, all the second round matches for all 3 groups will be played here at the Isaac Wolfson Stadium in Bazakele. Nice crowd here early on. The numbers will swell up. For the most part, it's youngsters that have come out here early. Few of the older generation are now making their way into this venue here. The young boys and girls were quick to arrive here ahead of kickoff for this fixture. More will be making their way into this game here. They'll try and give us a bit of an atmosphere for the South Africa-Botswana game later on. So it's the Mozambicans that will be making the first change of the game. And, well, coming on late or early here in this second half for the Mozambicans, I should say, is the man who will be making an appearance here, Jose, who will be hoping, of course, to help them find what they're looking for and the inspiration they need to find the back of the net here. Already involved out on that far side in securing the throw-in. Now, Dario, the captain, makes himself the option. Not too much in the way of clear-cut goal-scoring opportunities. This a very different venue, of course, compared to that we used out at the Nelson Mandela Bay Stadium. Field smaller, tighter. Not as much space as out at the Nelson Mandela Bay Stadium. Now, nice turn. Yeah, he's lost 2. As Carrello. So he's kept it moving with Maestro. Now, Volta trying to find one of the 2 men towards that far side again. Not quite working out here. Eswatini keeping their structure well in making it difficult for the opponents to play through them. Come on. It is with the pull up towards that halfway line. Now batting forward is Gianluca as he loses out and going taken quickly on the far side. Dario. Just one player out of both these squads that found the back of the net so far. Chamito. That's a wasted ball by Maestro, trying to find Chamito towards this near side with that diagonal ball. Didn't work out for him. So, Maestro. Pressure here on Volta as he keeps it moving on the turn immediately. Eswatini there to win the ball back. Again, it has been played at quite a pace this game here. They are still struggling to break each other down and find the openings. Gianluca glides beyond one. Chamito. Ball in is well defended at the expense of a corner. Well, they have intensified their play just a bit here, but the Mozambique is playing at a quicker pace. For the most part, getting joy on the left side since this second half has gotten underway as we look back at how they won the corner. Only their first corner of the game. Eswatini's had two. Interesting to note, well, for just a moment they had four in there. Dario joining the four in the box. Say that with a bit of a surprise, as Dario is amongst the smallest on that field, if not the smallest. He's actually making his way back to the edge of the box now. He's exited the box. Good defense on the near post. Here is Dario keeping it alive. Good work to keep it rolling in favor of Mozambique here. Nice touch from Gianluca. Well, he's not started as a Maestro. Eswatini haven't really had a chance to get onto the front foot since this second half has gotten underway. Being pinned back for the time being into their own half. Osama operating in the heart of defense with the well-timed play here. Plays for Grupo Desportivo Nacala out in Mozambique. Here he is on the ball again, the big number 5 then. Needs a much better ball going forward. Half that ball, so it's going to belong to Mozambique through a throw-in this time.
Coach.
Well, for Mozambique in the past, they've had a whole host of referees from different parts of the world. Some of you may remember in years gone by, Javier, I should say. He, of course, coached them from 2016 until 2019, including at a few COSAFA Cups. Victor Martin, back for yet another stint, having coached them back in 2019. Now, here they are driving forward here with Dario, unable to keep it moving, no thanks to what wasn't a great pass from Chamito. Horacio Gonçalves from Portugal has also been amongst the men to coach this Mozambican side. Boris Pusic, Mark Noy, Victor Bondarenko coached them back in 2003. In fact, Victor Bondarenko coached the Mozambican national team on a couple of occasions in 2003 and back in 1993 to 95. Yep, Eswatini really have struggled to get the ball over that halfway line and keep it there for periods of time. Dario with a movement! Oh, the save from Kama. Good pass it was then from Gianluca, who continues to have a good game, the man wearing the number 10 jersey. Best save of the match for the Green Mamba man.
Come on, good on, man. Good on.
Get that wall, trying to beat the keeper of the near post. Takama got a good strong hand onto it. Corner it is here to Mozambique.
Yes, boy. Sogri, with the ball.
Now, keeper getting some discomfort in dealing with it on the near post then, Kama.
Yeah, there were bodies all over him, and did you see before he punched that ball, he just pushed the defender in front of him just to make sure, his teammate, just to make sure that he gets a clear side of the ball, and that wasn't to be. Then he got injured in the interim. I don't know what happened there, because I didn't see anybody clattering into him.
Well, let's have a look. There were bodies just in front of him, and there you go, the big man Osama. There's the man that clatters into him, to use your words.
Yeah. He just bent his body a bit and got the better of the goalkeeper, but not even the better, the worst of the keeper.
Well, they'll give him as much time as he needs. Yeah, man who's come up with the best save of this second half. Impressive save then to deny the Mozambicans what looked a good chance. Well, Sean Bartlett, Mark Fish, Coach Sweetness there as well. The think tank in the COSAFA department, of course.
That's the panel that decides the man of the match.
Yep.
Those are the big brains, as you say, of this tournament. That was a brilliant save. Well drilled on the ground. Since I always say, why hit them up and to row 5 and just keep them low. And oh, he knew what he was doing. Osama kept his elbow tight and nudging the keeper a bit.
Dario finding Osama early with the ball in. Of course, somewhat yet. Tell you what, there's one player that really has impressed you, wearing the number 10 jersey for the Mozambicans, outside, of course, of Dario and the ever impressive Maestro, that being Gianluca. Well, Eswatini not quite finding their rhythm here as yet in the second half. 10 minutes gone by now. Picked up here in the middle of the park by Carello. Jose. Osama. Chamito. No. Again, Eswatini struggles to get it over that halfway line and keep it there immediately. It's Mozambique that win it back. They get the set piece though, but they've certainly been unsettled by the start of the second half from the Mozambicans of Eswatini. Nation that, of course, would look to its heroes in the past, having names such as Tony Tabete, amongst the most kept in the colours of the Eswatini national team. Good work to try and keep it alive on the far side. In the end, it's gone off for the goal kick. One Antlego, another. That's amongst the legends. Not forgetting Dennis Messina as well, formerly of Supersport United. I've mentioned Felix Bardenos on a few occasions since this tournament got underway. From a goal scoring point of view, he really did set things alight between 2008 and 2021.
Substitution for Eswatini. Playing out, number 18,
Never qualified for a major tournament. Eswatini, and they will be looking to make the change. A couple of changes, in fact. They're hoping and will change the fortunes out there. And yes, I will be making way. He was on the yellow card from the first half. Tawi another to make way. So the players coming on here. Andy Junior Magakula, as well as Sambulo Similan. Chance now to get some numbers in and around that final third for Eswatini. Got the throw in. Looking as though they'll be looking for the good old near post flick on. 4 in the box for this. Foul for the man arriving late in the box with a bit of momentum, then crashing into Diaz. And of course, is Piliso in the number 15 jersey. The Mbabani Swallows man. Looking to use that momentum to get the better of his opponents. The distribution here nowhere near the quality one would expect from Armando. The Acosta the Soul man. Handing possession right back to Eswatini here. Makakula. Maestro. Have had a few semi-final berths in the COSAFA Cup. Late 90s and early 2000s for Eswatini. The place finished back in 2021. Is something they'll hold dear to their memories here, but they've got a problem here. And it's a growing problem as we approach the 1 hour mark. Haven't scored now in a game plus 60 minutes. Nicely done in the middle of the park, played by Maestro, looking to drive forward. A few players getting a talking to here. Gianluca is one of them. And the other is Twala. Last touch of the defender, out for the corner. Kulisi Manana of the Green Mamba with that last touch. So here the teammates here will look to deny Mozambique a chance at goal from the dead ball situation. There it is with the corner well defended on the near post here by Eswatini. Now looking for the quick counter attack. And I need to get numbers over that halfway line quite quickly. They've done so here. Option out on that far side in the end. Good defensive work by Diaz. Dangerous play. He doesn't agree, there's Osama, but he does have long legs. So as soon as he lifts it, it's just about head height for any normal human being.
It didn't even got anywhere near his face, but Matsebula just touched his face Look at that, he cleared the ball. Yes, it was dangerous play, but nowhere near his face.
Disadvantages of the heights.
Yes, Lulu.
Eswatini can't find a way through straight down the middle. It may just ricochet in their favor. Then again, it rolls in favor of Armando. Now, there is Gianluca, lost it under his foot then. Manana. Gianluca applying pressure then, hoping to win it back high up the field here for this Mozambique side again, but they're closing down there. They are forcing areas. They've got the throw in here on the near side to Mozambique. Blackpool's man Orlando with the throw in. Here he is now looking to open things up. That's a good ball. Nice vision as well. Defender skinned on the far side. Jose, the substitute here in the second half, does a little too much. Now, chance at the counter. Denied by Diaz. Makakola amongst the men to have come on in the second half here for Eswatini. Yes, with a bit of space been towards that final third. This one being made on the near side. Is the ball good enough to pick out the run? The answer is no. It's just slightly overcooked in, so no joy here for Eswatini trying to get into that final third.
Quero agressividade ali, eu quero muita luta ali no ataque, muita agressividade. Pressiona os centrais, né? Pressionar e apoia quando sabe quando defender.
Well, remember, Eswatini are bottom of Group D of the World Cup qualifiers. And Cameroon, Libya, Cape Verde, Angola, Mauritius. And then it's Eswatini rounding up the 6 teams in the group. 4 games played, 4 losses for Eswatini in the World Cup qualifying group. Free kick for the challenge on Gianluca.
Gianluca has had a few today, just knocking everything that is around his feet, because they know he's got nimble feet.
Yellow card for Boma Matsabula of the Young Buffaloes. Gianluca said his last involvement, I do believe, in this game. He will be making way. The man coming on in his place, Miguel. Well, he did a good game and some good moments early on in this second half. Gianluca got quiet a bit over the last 10 or so. So Miguel, what is the second change being made here by the Mozambican coach, Victor Martin? Oh, that shot from the long way out. Well over. Maestro plays for Oriental FC. Now, have a look as it stands here. Well, they're not pulling away from South Africa or Botswana, either one of these two sides as things stand, which will please the two sides at the bottom of the group, that being South Africa and Botswana, who play at 3 o'clock, or kick off right here at 3 o'clock. The aim for today's mission would have been to pick up 3 points here and start to pull away from one or two of the others and lessen the pressure going into the third round of matches.
And that's if it ends that way.
Yeah.
Still have that feel that there will be a goal. Somebody must lead this lot.
Good driving run here with men already inside the box. Good work to ensure the cross doesn't arrive. Jose. Turn here from Carrillo. A couple wide to Jose and again Eswatini dealing with everything thrown into that box. Carrillo. Come on now. Foul against Eswatini. The Botswana coach, of course, watching on here and taking in as much as he can ahead of the game against South Africa. Didn't mention that they played 4 and lost 4 in the World Cup qualifiers. The 1-0 loss to Libya, 2-0 loss to Cape Verde. Lost to Angola with a 1-0 scoreline. Did score, however, against Mauritius in the game they lost. Eswatini away at Mauritius. So, whilst they've had their problems defensively, they've also had their problems offensively here in registering goals, not just in this tournament so far, but also in the World Cup qualifiers, that being Eswatini. Just a 1 goal scored against Mauritius in a losing effort. Impressively one back now, but especially on the far side here as they try forward through. Dario used the run on the far side as a decoy, keeps it central. And in the end, it's Kama that snatches it out the air. Then maybe not the best decision from Ontario to keep it central. Combining with Miguel, who had the eventual shot. And the 20 minutes remaining on the clock. Banana. Tries to get the cross in, ball played in towards the near post. Well defended. Dario literally running himself into the ground. Oh, that's good work here. It's getting the defender now. Can they find a moment of inspiration? He's found the teammates who sent it back the way he was facing, unable to adjust. It was hit at him with such venom marks.
It was hit with such venom, but also after such a great break, the teammate, oh, that was beautiful, leaving Osama stranded, and the teammate came early to the near post, didn't know what to do with that. There was nothing he could do there. One feels that that cross could have been played, at least Manana could have just played it on the ground. But there, he just left defender Osama for dead.
Best moment for Eswatini in this second half. It's been tough going since the start of the second 45 for them. And what with the 19 remaining on the clock, there's a hope to create 1 or 2 more moments of that nature. Now, Gama. Again, they close it down right from the front here still. Nice turn from Carrello as Mozambique looks to play through. Eswatini here in the middle of the park at the set piece. Jose, the man in off the bench. The man fouled. Flag up offside. We touched on this before. And back in the day, as soon as you were off, the flag would go up. Now the referee touched the ball, but when you consider how much ground was covered in chasing that ball down, only for the flag to go up at the end of it all, can be a tad frustrating for the players.
It is taxing too, and you make all the effort and you bend your run late and then get there, then you're offside. But I've seen the worst, Sizwe. That is just what I have a gripe for with this rule. I've seen hard tackles. I've seen players just putting their lives on the line, hitting the upright, only to find that the opponent was offside. That was the case also in one case when Van Dijk got injured. He was out for a long time, only to find that the opponent was offside. And I thought, why did you get injured for all this? He didn't know he was tackling.
He was just doing his job, Max. Now, time is becoming a serious factor here for both nations. Good hard run, then that's lovely work in defense, and quickly it's turned into attack until Diaz has seen enough, and he immediately tries to find an outlet towards the far side and doesn't angle his pass right. Another good challenge, this time is Volta of Ferroviario de Beira. Nice stroke, keeping it moving. Good running off the ball here on this near side from the Mozambicans. It's Maestro again. Here's Maestro on the turn, setting it up for the shots. Good block. Well, still moving yet at pace. There's Twala, happy to settle for the corner, into and step there for a moment.
It is, and just that final pass has just been eluding both sides. But as for that tackle, after leaving the defender for dead, and then near post teammate, didn't work out well. That is why, Sizwe, it's important that when you come like that, there's got to be one going to the near post and one spinning off, not finding one man just going to the near post. But these are the things that they will get used to, these youngsters.
Now, under 15 minutes remaining on the clock. Max Mamponyani, then you think of the pressures that lie ahead. They will seriously hope that it's a similar situation later on for South Africa and Botswana here. When they play at 3 o'clock, but it'll be up in the air in what the futures will be for the time being until we have a clearer picture at the end of the day. But the last thing either one of these sides would have wanted is a draw.
I don't think anyone needs a draw now. They will just want to win, but it's a pleasure for those coming up next, South Africa and Botswana.
Keep in mind, once again, we need to remind you that the best three sides from, well, the best sides from the three groups, I should say, to qualify, including the one best placed second team. A couple of changes will be made here by the Mozambicans. Nice show, looking for the killer ball here towards this near side, asking too much. Oh, but Orlando.
Player out, number 6.
So,
Player in, number 15. Fernando Joseph. Substitution.
changes being made here. And
Out, number 23. Orlando Dembe. Player in, number 19.
coming on.
Edmundo Joao.
Good drive on the far side here. And again, no joy in trying to get to the byline and sending the cross for Eswatini. They've really struggled on the offensive end here in this second half.
Shabalala, after shrugging off the opponent, and that's when he just had a heavy touch that didn't yield any results for Eswatini.
Good combination play on the far side now. Unfortunately, that gone on for the goal kick.
Are the legs getting tired?
I believe they may be.
That was very sheepish. He got the ball instead of being aggressive and wanting to whip in across, maybe even a touch or two towards the inside. He just let it roll off the field.
Dario. Carrillo. Nicely done. And they're winning it back here now. There could be trouble. Mozambique, as Eswatini look to find the one-man Makakula available inside the box. Then the clearance coming in from Saba.
Eswatini. Player out, number 9. 6. Roberto Shabalala. Player in, number 8.
Eswatini to make one more change here. Twilly Mavuso. There's the man coming on. First side official. Suru. Paswani. Comes from Lesotho, so to come from different parts of Southern Africa, the referees, but all of them, of course, involved in not just the matches here, but they get together as a group of refs after every match, after every day, and judge the performances for one another, looking to improve every year. Thanks to the Hollywood Place COSAFA Cup and COSAFA and what they're doing in trying to uplift communities. To know that with each COSAFA Cup tournament, whether it's a ladies tournament or men's tournaments in the area, youngsters are join COSAFA as part of an internship program. We have interns that are working with us right now, assisting the production teams and such in the different departments. Those that are interested in sound, sit with the sound guys and the various departments and so on. So it's not just about the football, also looking to develop the community wherever COSAFA does go and visit. Those that are interested in the admin side of things and putting together a tournament, follow those that do so from a COSAFA point of view. If you are into media, you can join the media team. COSAFA has its own media team as well.
Very impressive to see those interns,
Yeah.
you know, and who are just getting into the thick of things. And the actual thing, not practical.
Yeah.
I mean, into practicals, not theory anymore.
Yeah.
Out of class and say, let's see and let's work. And they are very helpful.
It even goes down to the medical team It looks after the players when they get injured as well. There are others that are training in that regard too. So really with each COSAFA tournament, a lot is done behind the scenes beyond the obvious to affect the communities.
So, bottom line is, if someone says, I want our COSAFA games to be held in your province, you must just know what the spin-offs will be.
Yeah. Nice touch. Pass finds the opponent or the teammate pushing forward here. Now, that's what you're looking for, a bit of joy then. They're a little short in numbers. Men getting into that box. He was a little too far for his own teammates, maybe one could say then, for Smanani. Now, shots nowhere near the mark here.
We've seen this movie before yesterday, didn't we? They were towards the last minute. Now players taking shots from all angles. And in that case, you just find yourself rushing everything and not hitting the target or forcing a save out of the keeper.
Yep, more and more supporters are arriving here. Once again, by the end of yesterday, Marfa, we played 6 matches, just to show you how much sides have struggled to score, with 7 goals scored. That was by the end of yesterday. Add another to the mix, and yet another game where they might be struggling to score. Ball played across the face of goal, and well, it's Armando that ensures there's no threat to his goal then. Now,
He
for handball.
covers as well, says Armando, give him credit. He covers those low balls so well. He's got just that long hands and make sure that he doesn't drop things. Dropped it once though, hasn't it? Yeah.
Handball, yeah.
I was just saying,
That's what they're appealing
one
for.
out of 10 sees where you can't complain.
So, of all the players that have scored, none have scored more than 1 in this tournament so far. Chamito, one of the scorers out in that field. None is yet from Dibanu's team. Dario looking to help a teammate to find yet another goal here. Driving it into the danger area. Then it was so well met. Osama just couldn't direct it to the inside of the post to Gama's right.
If there's one player that impressed me for the day, it's Osama. One mistake. Isn't it interesting that the keeper made one mistake, the defender made one mistake, and still became good sort of competitors?
Now, time is a serious factor here. And the 5 minutes remaining. No, pulled in then. Just the one target on the edge of the box. Diaz into Carrello. Dario with the turn. Now looks as though he was handled in. Dario, yep, looking for a card. And well, the card is shown. Twala over Babani Twalo's. joins the likes of Matabula and Manisa in the referee's book. There's that header once again. It's just gone wide of the mark then for Osama. Came close with the corner. What can they do with the set piece? Ball played in towards Osama. Still needed Kamach to get a hand onto it then as it looked to creep in on the far post. Had to make the save. Had a good game in that regard, Kama. One that has stood out here for Eswatini, especially with the saves he's made. Not too many of them, but they've been telling. Another header going wide of the mark. Once again, it's Osama. Carbon copy of the corner from earlier when no one's picking him up. Rises up head and shoulders above the wrist, but can't steer it towards goal here. So, from dead ball situations here, Mozambique are proving to be a serious threat to Eswatini's goal. Dario. Osama just wanted it more than the foul committed right in front of the referee by Carello. Last minute of 90, and again, as it stands here, South Africa and Botswana will fancy their chances of quite possibly finishing top of the group with they playing in the afternoon at 3 o'clock. Their game looks off at 3 o'clock today. Keeping in mind that we'll be right here at the Isaac Wilson Stadium. All the games played here at the Isaac Wilson Stadium will kick off earlier than what we got used to out at the Nelson Mandela Bay Stadium. Remember, for the first round of matches, they were kicking off at 3 and at 6. Today it's at 12 and at 3. Tomorrow is the same, and the day after. Clear down here. I suspect it's Diaz for the Mozambicans. He'll need to be stretched off here. 3 minutes will be added on to the end of 90 minutes. Teammates want him to quickly get on the stretcher and to get on with it so they can then get on with the game here. They've got the set piece, clock winding down. Well, yes, but Eswatini Maputo may not be around when the final whistle goes. In fact, they may very well finish the match with 10 men on the field here. COSAFA President, Dr. Danny Jordan, present in Port Elizabeth. A city in a hold close to his heart. Mayor here in the past. Wow. I do believe he was going for goal then from what seemed an impossible distance, Dario. Cardiac. I think it's for descent as well. And he's a reaction after the whistle went. For Fernandinho. first from Mozambique to go into the referee's book. Challenge itself may have warranted a yellow card, I need to say, in all fairness. And the 30 seconds of the 3 minutes remaining here. That's the tiniest of football these guys are playing right now, just in a hurry to try and get it forward and make something happen. Now, maybe trying enough to make launch one last attack. And both these sides struggling to get the upper hand in the middle of the park. Makakula losing it here. Dario quick with a turn. There's Dario applying pressure and trying to win it back. Again, running into trouble. We'll get the throw in here. Will Mozambique, the match referee from Zambia, having some extra time here for the injury that happened in extra time, or time added on. There you have it. Yet another match ending in a draw with no goal scored here between Mozambique and Eswatini. Eswatini now haven't scored in 2 matches running. Frustration for some of the Mozambican players who thought maybe the referee would allow them to get on with one last attack, but, well, they couldn't find the back of the net here with some chances falling to Osama from a dead ball or corners late in the match. Both these hitters going wide on the mark here. Huffed and puffed did both these sides, but, well, when the keepers were needed, they made the saves, but they struggled for the most part to break each other down here and create clear-cut goal-scoring opportunities. It'll make it tough going into the last round of fixtures here, but it's all tied here at the Isaac Wolfson Stadium between Mozambique and Eswatini with a scoreline at 0-0. Well, Mozambique will have had more of the ball and they played a better second half, it need to be said, in all fairness. Both shots on target and better goal attempts. They will feel, especially with that second half performance, they should have at the very least found one goal, especially with the corners late in the day. They looked as though they might get joy in that regard, if not an open play. Not to be. For Eswatini, once again, a good first half and a second half with the opponent gets the better of them. That's the extent here. One could argue it could very well be advantage either South Africa or Botswana at the end of the day, with those two still left to play with a 3 o'clock kickoff today. Well, nice to see this with the youngsters showing love to the Mozambican players, and well, the Mozambicans also giving back to the players by acknowledging their support out on that far side. Good sportsmanship showed by the Mozambicans and nicely done by the supporters as we go down to Max Mapayani with the post-match interviews.
Yes, I'm joined by the man of the match and obviously the man that will be handing over this Basi Kamana, that is the member of mayoral committee in the Nelson Mandela Bay Metro. Mr. Basi, please do the honors to our man of the match. Thank you very much. Melo, what a day. You expected to get 3 points, but it wasn't to be again.
Esperava vencer este jogo e conquistar os 3 pontos e não aconteceu.
Bem, o objetivo era de conseguir os 3 pontos e não dá para ganhar e não deu para perder. E agora é só pensar no último jogo, que é mais importante, que temos que conseguir os 3 pontos.
Well, unfortunately, we couldn't take the 3 points, but now we'll set our mind and think of the next match.
And as a captain, you're talking about set for the next match. How important is it for you to drive the team and make them believe? Because I see you can always do well in that middle, but driving the whole team with you now.
Como capitão, qual é a sua expectativa e como é que espera motivar o grupo para vencer o próximo jogo?
Bem, eu como líder da equipa, praticamente a mensagem é de vencer o próximo jogo para conseguirmos qualificar para as meias finais. Esse que é o objetivo da seleção, mas com trabalho vamos conseguir.
As a leader, my mission is to push for my teammates to win the next match. So this is our goal: win the next match.
Congratulations and well done today.
Thank you.
Thank you. And you can go this way out, and I'll be joined by the Swaziland team coach that is the man that will be sharing with us the moments that we've been always talking about, putting the ball in the back of the net. Coach, we always talk about this, and today, alas, by the way, today, alas, but you could have scored first when Shabalala got that first touch and then couldn't, wanted to kill the keeper, let me put it that way.
Yeah, Max, I told you before, this was going to be a tactical warfare. I knew, I analyzed the 3-4-3 very well, and they've got very good ball players, number 7 and the number 10. I had to close the middle with 2 defensive midfielders and break quickly when we get the ball with our speed. Shabalala, in the last 10 minutes, those few breaks there, the decision making in the final third, let us down. That final pass, that will make us score. But I'm happy with the fighting spirit of the boys. They stood their ground. You can't tell me this is a 1-week-old team, but the way they are shaping up, I'm happy with their fighting spirit. I'm happy with their tactical discipline.
Your group is tight. So looking at the last game, I'm sure you still want to get that important goal, elusive goal that will change things.
Very tough, Max. You see, at home they were telling us that this was a group of death, and we're just the minors. No one was expecting these boys to put this gallant fight. So we will build up from these 2 points. The last game is a decider, and qualifying is still on our hands. We'll go back, we'll watch South Africa continue analyzing and go and plan for them again.
Thanks, Coach, and good luck as you move on.
Thank you so much.
Thanks, and I will also be joined by Coach Victor Martinez. Coach, I've been watching you on the bench.
Oh, shit.
They can frustrate you, these players, huh?
Yeah, so they want to kill me. But I'm so happy with the guys. We played well, but we didn't score, as you see. Set pieces, my central defender, when he went so to heading the ball, he closed his eyes. But you know that if you want to score, you need to open your eyes. But let me say that it was a very good game, balanced game. Even Eswatini played well. But so I'm so happy with the guys, what they're doing. If you continue to have opportunities like this, different tournaments in this region, I think Mozambique will have a future for these guys that we brought here for this competition.
I'm glad you mentioned that those 2 moments by Osama, he could have stolen the game. 2 occasions, just getting lankier and not taking advantage of his height.
Oh, it's normal. When you see, so when it's the end of the match, players lose concentration. So I think we're going to work hard with him. He's 22 years old. We need to work with him to believe, to give his self-confidence that he can do better next match. It's normal.
You're talking about next match, Bafana Lesotho. I'm sure you'll be watching. I mean, Bafana Botswana, you'll be watching that one with interest.
I will be watching, but I need them to draw. They must draw. We will draw in the same possibilities. Okay? I think they will draw.
Coach, good luck. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Thanks.
Okay.
Hey, buddy.